Golf on Sky Sports, sponsored by the new Chromesoft from Callaway.
Morning ladies and gents, it's only Chris from the Pro Shop here, and I just thought I'd do a bit of a coaching video, more sort of tips for you, really getting you through the winter months and just actually thinking about your game. What we're looking to try and do is help you with your pitching and chipping here. There's obviously, with coaching, there's everything pretty much is personalised, so these are just ideas that you might want to sort of try over the winter period, and hopefully what you'll find is it will help you to increase your consistency with your distance control, especially with this little drill here. That's me, situated on the par 3 first hole, 68 yards long. What I'm going to be looking to do is pitching by numbers really. So I'm in my setup position now. I'm going to start to roll the swing, and hopefully what you're going to see is the club moving back between different number points, which is what I'm going to highlight. The club is the hour hand on the clock, or the club of my left arm, I should say, represent the hour hand on the clock. So hopefully I'll highlight that along the way as well. So what I look to try and do here, I'm looking for a bit of a half swing, so I'm looking for my left arm to be in the region of the 9 o'clock, and on the through swing I want to see that my right arm is in the region of the 3 o'clock. So it's distance back, distance through, but try to visualise that you're doing it by numbers on the clock face. So if we roll this forwards, okay, so you can see how my left arm is positioned there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try and highlight the shaft if I can, change colours here, use a bit of red there, so you can see how that I've pretty much managed to get somewhere in the region of the 9 o'clock mark. And as I come through with my left arm here, I'm going to finish there. It's a bit further on the way through. Generally speaking, I would encourage you to actually extend through on the way through and actually go towards perhaps the 2 o'clock mark. I would say that that's more achieved. The reason for that is I'd rather see a positive action as you try and strike through the ball. But hopefully what you can see there is I'm trying to simulate and replicate two positions, so back and through swing, trying to judge the distance by sort of putting myself in the middle of the clock face and using the numbers to do so. For some of you this may increase. Obviously it's 68 yards, that's a half swing, and that's a 50-degree wedge for me, is what I'm using there. You might find that you need to swing it potentially for 10 to 2, something along those lines, but I want you to sort of go out on the par 3 and see if you can actually start to actually take one club round and actually adjust your swing length to suit the distance that you need, to see if you can actually hit your clubs consistently different distances. I know it's very easy for us to stand there and try and hit shots full out, or even just to look at the target and have a few practice swings and try and feel what it's going to be like to hit it that far. This here is taking it a step further. It's trying to give you a little bit more knowledge, and you're trying to judge the distance by numbers. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll on to the second hole, and we're going to look at that. I think it's about 49 yards, and we're going to see how my swing differs with a 50-degree wedge on the second hole. So here we are, made it to the second hole now, 49 yards long. You can remember where we were on that first hole. I looked for a 9 till 3 sort of swing. I think you actually saw that I actually extended a little bit further through on the way through and went to about 2 o'clock. So what we'll be looking here, we're going to be looking for a shorter swing. It's only 49 yards long, as I said. We'll be looking to actually shorten that on the way back and on the way through. It's 50-degree wedge again, so playing it with exactly the same club. Let's roll the film and see what actually happens. So the club comes back here. Now if you look at, we're getting towards the point where the left arm is set. You can see here it's pointing downwards, it's pointing below the 9. Okay, so which is good, which is what we want to see. We do have that angle there, which is good. What you'll see then on the way through, I turn through. You can see how the left arm is actually pointing more towards the 3, so you can see actually I've actually shortened the golf swing totally there. So I've tried to keep the same sort of rhythm, but I've actually shortened the golf swing. So let's bring that back. Let's see if we can run that more of a natural speed. You can actually see a bit of the water come up there. You can see how wet it has been at the club. Good. One thing I would say about technique, this is solely sort of concentrating on pitching by numbers, so getting used to actually being able to recognise the length of swing that you want to achieve for a certain distance shot. I hope what you will see there is that you will see that my body does rotate and turn as well as I'm playing the shot. Let's move on to the last hole, which is uphill, which is the about 98 yards. I think it's into the wind on the day that we played it. I think it's more of a full shot for me. But let's go and have a look, and let's put the numbers on the screen and see what happens on the way back and on the way through with that 50-degree wedge. So here we are on the last hole. Let's have a little look and see what swing I put on it. I'm going to let this one play normal speed just to show you what my rhythm roughly looks like. I've slowed it down in all of the other ones. There you can see I'm quite a quick swinger of the club anyway. But hopefully what we'll be able to do is now overlay the clock face again and see what numbers I achieved on this one. So as I said, it's about 98 yards uphill. Let's bring that back. Right back to the beginning. Let's put some lines in. Let's draw some details there. Clock face, perfect. Back in 12, 3, 6 and 9. Okay, roll the film. Good. Left arm there, as you can see, we've extended, which you would expect to see that, and you'd hope to see that going from the first hole. Obviously we've extended in yardage, so we've got to try and generate, we've got to go to bigger numbers, higher numbers to increase the distance that I want to hit the shot. Roll on. As I come through, you can really see how I've gone through to a full follow through there. I'm just going to show you the left arm again. So yeah, you could say, we'll say 11 till 1 or 12. You know, that's what I need to get it up the hill for that particular hole in those particular conditions. Hopefully, what you can see from all of what we've done here is that it's just a different way to pitching. It's hopefully giving you a fresh approach. It'll hopefully mean that you'll be able to judge your distances better. Go around the par 3, try it with different clubs to see what different results you get. So if you've got different wedges, you've got a 50 degree, you've got a 54, 58, see which works, but just see if you can actually start to recognise different points in the golf swing to hit the shot different distances. That will help you when you get out there, and it will certainly help you to reduce your numbers if you do it. What hopefully I'll do in the last video is just highlight potentially a couple of the videos, compare them side by side, and just show you the different swings with the clock faces holding the different points. So here we go. We're going to compare the first hole and the last hole, as I said to you in the last video. So we're looking for the first one, which is the swing on, which is the right hand one. If I put a little number 1 on that one, and then I'll also put a number 3 being the third hole over here. I've set these already in the backswing positions. You can clearly see how I've shortened it down. If I was to pop that in again, if I can, just to highlight those there for you. We're looking for the position of that left arm, as we said in the past. Oh, don't need that. That one, wrong tool. Reuse that. Quick little line there, quick little squiggle. Yep, as you can see, obviously swing 3 being 98 yards is longer. But as I say, we're up towards, on that clock face, we're up towards the 11 o'clock, which we mentioned in the past. I won't swing through here. Nice full follow through, as I said, between 12 and 1. Let's roll this through, and I think I went through. There we go, as I say, towards the 2 o'clock mark. Hopefully what that's highlighted is pitching by numbers. It's an idea just to help you to get more consistent. Hopefully you'll enjoy that. You'll go out there, make use of the par 3 course, because it is a valuable addition at the golf club. It can improve your game. If anything, use it for a warm-up facility before you go and practice, before you go out and play. It's the ideal. Whip round there a couple of times just to, if you don't quite get away on the first hole, starting and trying to hold your round together early doors is quite important. And it can be especially important as you reduce your handicap and you don't have so many shots to play with. Hopefully you've enjoyed this feature. There'll be more to come. I look forward to seeing you all at the club soon.